Ruth chapters 1 to 4. Chapter 1. Naomi is bereft. 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled, that there was a famine in the land. And a certain man of Bethlehem Judah went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he, and his wife, and his 2 sons. 2. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites of Bethlehem Judah. And they came into the country of Moab, and continued there. 3. And Elimelech Naomi's husband died, and she was left, and her 2 sons. 4. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth, and they dwelt there about 10 years. 5. And Mahlon and Chilion died also both of them, and the woman was left without her 2 sons and her husband. Naomi bids her daughters-in-law leave her. 6. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab, for she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord had visited his people in giving them food. 7. Therefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. 8. And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law, Go, return each of you to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as you have dealt with the dead, and with me. 9. The Lord grant you that you may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voices, and wept. 10. And they said unto her, Surely we will return with you unto your people. 11. And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters, why will you go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? 12. Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have a husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should have a husband also tonight, and should also bear sons. 13. Would you tarry for them till they were grown? Would you refrain from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieves me much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord has gone out against me. 14. And they lifted up their voices, and wept again, and Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clung to her. 15. And she said, Behold, your sister-in-law has gone back unto her people, and unto her gods. Return you after your sister-in-law. Ruth chooses to remain with Naomi. 16. And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave you, or to return from following after you, for where you go, I will go, and where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. 17. Where you die, will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if anything but death parts you and me. 18. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she ceased speaking unto her. Ruth and Naomi traveled to Bethlehem. 19. So they two went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass, when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was stirred because of them, and they said, Is this Naomi? 20. And she said unto them, Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me. 21. I went out full, and the Lord has brought me home again empty. Why then call you me Naomi, seeing the Lord has testified against me, and the Almighty has afflicted me? 22. So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, with her, who returned out of the country of Moab, and they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest. Chapter 2. Boaz meets Ruth. 1. And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. 2. And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi, Let me now go to the field, and glean ears of grain after him in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, Go, my daughter. 3. And she went, and came, and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And she happened to come to a part of the field belonging unto Boaz, who was of the kindred of Elimelech. 4. And, behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem, and said unto the reapers, The Lord be with you. And they answered him, The Lord bless you. 5. Then said Boaz unto his servant that was set over the reapers, Whose young woman is thus? 6. And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, It is the Moabite young woman that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. 7. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came, and has continued even from the morning until now, except that she tarried a little in the house. Boaz offers Ruth protection. 8 Then said Boaz unto Ruth, Will you not hear, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from here, but abide here close by my maidens. 9 Let your eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch you? And when you are thirsty, go unto the vessels, and drink of that which the young men have drawn. 10 Then she fell on her face, and bowed herself to the ground, and said unto him, Why have I found grace in your eyes, that you should take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger? 11 And Boaz answered and said unto her, It has fully been shown me, all that you have done unto your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, and how you have left your father and your mother, and the land of your birth, and are come unto a people which you knew not before. 12 The Lord recompense your work, and a full reward be given you of the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to trust. 13 Then she said, Let me find favor in your sight, my Lord, for you have comforted me, and you have spoken kindly unto your handmaid, though I be not like unto one of your handmaidens. 14 And Boaz said unto her, At mealtime come here, and eat of the bread, and dip your morsel in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and he passed to her parched grain, and she did eat, and was satisfied, and left. 15 And when she rose up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, Let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not. 16 And let fall also some of the handfuls on purpose for her, and leave them, that she may glean them, and rebuke her not. Boaz provides for Ruth. 17 So she gleaned in the field until evening, and beat out what she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley. 18 And she took it up, and went into the city, and her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth, and gave to her what she had reserved after she was satisfied. 19 And her mother-in-law said unto her, Where have you gleaned today? And where did you work? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of you. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had worked, and said, The man's name with whom I worked today is Boaz. 20 And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, Blessed be he of the Lord, who has not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, The man is near of kin unto us, one of our closest kinsmen. 21 And Ruth the Moabitess said, He said unto me also, You shall keep near by my young men, until they have ended all my harvest. 22 And Naomi said unto Ruth her daughter-in-law, It is good, my daughter, that you go out with his maidens, that they encounter you not in any other field. 23 So she kept close by the maidens of Boaz to glean unto the end of barley harvest and of wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. Chapter 3 Naomi seeks redemption for Ruth. 1 Then Naomi her mother-in-law said unto her, My daughter, shall I not seek rest for you, that it may be well with you? 2 And now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens you were? Behold, he winnows barley tonight in the threshing floor. 3 Wash yourself therefore, and anoint yourself, and put your best clothes upon you, and get down to the floor, but make not yourself known unto the man, until he shall have finished eating and drinking. 4 And it shall be, when he lies down, that you shall mark the place where he shall lie, and you shall go in, and uncover his feet, and lay down, and he will tell you what you shall do. 5 And she said unto her, All that you say unto me I will do. Ruth obeys Naomi. 6 And she went down unto the floor, and did according to all that her mother-in-law bade her. 7 And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of grain, and she came softly, and uncovered his feet, and laid herself down. 8 And it came to pass at midnight, that the man was startled, and turned himself, and, behold, a woman lay at his feet. 9 And he said, Who are you? And she answered, I am Ruth your handmaid. Spread therefore your skirt over your handmaid, for you are a near kinsman. Boaz desires to redeem Ruth. 10 And he said, Blessed be you of the Lord, my daughter, for you have showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, in that you followed not young men, whether poor or rich. 11 And now, my daughter, fear not, I will do to you all that you require, for all the city of my people does know that you are a virtuous woman. 12 And now it is true that I am your near kinsman, however there is a kinsman nearer than tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning, that if he will perform unto you the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman's part, but if he will not do the part of a kinsman to you, then will I do the part of a kinsman to you, as the Lord lives, lie down until the morning. 14 And she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could recognize another. And he said, let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. 15 Also he said, bring the cloak that you have upon you, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley, and laid it on her, and she went into the city. 16 And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, how are you, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done to her. 17 And she said, these 6 measures of barley he gave me, for he said to me, go not empty unto your mother-in-law. 18 Then said she, sit still, my daughter, until you know how the matter will fall, for the man will not rest, until he has finished the thing this day. Chapter 4 Boaz takes Ruth as his wife. 1 Then went Boaz up to the gate, and sat down there, and, behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spoke came by, unto whom he said, Ho, such a one! Turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside, and sat down. 2 And he took 10 men of the elders of the city, and said, sit down here. And they sat down. 3 And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, sells a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's. 4 And I thought to advise you, saying, buy it before the inhabitants, and before the elders of my people. If you will redeem it, but if you will not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know, for there is none to redeem it besides you, and I am after you. And he said, I will redeem it. 5 Then said Boaz, the day you buy the field of the hand of Naomi, you must buy it also from Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead through his inheritance. 6 And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar my own inheritance. Redeem you my right to yourself, for I cannot redeem it. 7 Now this was the manner in former time in Israel concerning redeeming and concerning exchanging, for to confirm all things, a man took off his shoe, and gave it to his neighbor, and this was a testimony in Israel. 8 Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, buy it for yourself. So he took off his shoe. 9 And Boaz said unto the elders, and unto all the people, you are witnesses this day, that I have bought all that was Elimelech's, and all that was Chilion's and Mahlon's, of the hand of Naomi. 10 Moreover Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead through his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of this place. You are witnesses this day. 11 And all the people that were at the gate, and the elders, said, we are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that is come into your house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel. And may you do worthily in Ephrathah, and be famous in Bethlehem. 12 And let your house be like the house of Perez, whom Tamar bore unto Judah, of the children which the Lord shall give you of this young woman. Ruth bears a son. 13 So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife, and when he went in unto her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bore a son. 14 And the women said unto Naomi, Blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. 15 And he shall be unto you a restorer of your life, and a nourisher of your old age, for your daughter-in-law, who loves you, who is better to you than 7 sons, has borne him. Naomi receives a new family. 16 And Naomi took the child, and laid it in her bosom, and became nurse unto it. David to descend from the lineage of Ruth. 17 And the women her neighbors gave it a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi, and they called his name Obed, he is the father of Jesse, the father of David. 18 Now these are the generations of Perez. Perez begat Hezron. 19 And Hezron begat Ram, and Ram begat Amminadab. 20 And Amminadab begat Nahshon, and Nahshon begat Salmon. 21 And Salmon begat Boaz, and Boaz begat Obed. 22 And Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David.